What's up, you guys? Today I'm going to share with you one of the most powerful concepts for you to really understand and take your life to the next level, because it really just comes down to your alignment. Okay, your body is made up of 7 energy centers. Okay, you have the survival center, which is like the root, like the base of your spine. Okay, understand that your spine is literally your life force. It's bringing fluid up to your brain, down to your spine, and all throughout your body. Okay, if you are not in alignment, you're not going to be able to express life to the highest. So this root chakra, the 7 chakras, the root chakra is responsible for the survival center. It's the reproduction. It's the sexual center. And a lot of people, they waste this energy. They cause this energy to be so out of alignment because they engage in lust, porn, masturbation, ejaculation, meaningless sex, and it causes this center to be so overstimulated that it now is out of alignment. So it's somewhere over here or over here. It's not in the center. In order for you to elevate and evolve yourself, all these centers must be aligned. Okay, but the problem is that most people engage in only these 3 centers. So these 3 centers is the sexual center. You have the gut. They overengage in or overindulge in junk food and eating the wrong kinds of foods that are going to cause their body or this center to be overstimulated. And then this is the ego, feeling of guilt, of shame, of me, I need this, selfishness. So they're always thinking about themselves. So this energy isn't able to evolve. This energy isn't able to surpass these centers and get to the higher centers of love, of wholeness, of oneness, of the throat, freedom of expression, like to actually be able to like freely say what you want and say how you feel regardless of how other people are going to feel. And then the third eye center, they're not able to actually tap into vision. This is where you develop your imagination. You're able to tap into vision. God's able to show you the vision for you in your life. And then enlightenment, the crown, the 7th chakra. That's where you actually understand that life is happening through you. You're no longer in this victim mentality. You're looking at it from such a different perspective of pure enlightenment. But the only way that you get to that level, which is what everyone is striving for, so that they can live the highest quality of life, because the more aware that we become, the greater of life we experience. So the way that you get to full alignment is by refraining, is by removing the things that are not serving you, removing the things that are not benefiting you in your life. Because when you engage in lust, in porn, in sin, in greed, in overindulgence in the foods, like these 3 lower centers, when you engage in these sins, now this energy is all out here. It's all out of whack. So that energy can't move up any higher to any of the higher centers, because you're engaging, you are overindulging and you are overstimulating these centers to such a high degree through sex, through food, and through ego, that it's not able to evolve to the higher centers so that you can actually become the person that God created you to be. Like, this is really what it comes down to. Because if you're still engaging in these 3 centers, you are not enlightened enough to actually walk the path that He made for you. Because you're engaging in too many things that are taking your energy away. Like, these things are draining your energy. So what happens? People engage in these things, and rather than this energy in their spine, this fluid in their spine that's going from the top of their head to the bottom of their spine and circulating, rather than it circulating like fully, it's literally being cut off right here. It's just circulating right here. So that's why they constantly engage in overstimulation, because that's all their thoughts are thinking about. So as you stop feeding these centers, by removing the ego, by engaging in junk food, and by overstimulating with sex, what happens? Now that energy is actually able to flow higher, and now you're actually able to increase the energy charge around your body. Now you're changing what you're attracting because you've changed yourself from within. But when you engage in sex, and you engage in lust, and you engage in porn, and you ejaculate, all that energy is being wasted. It's being emptied through your lower centers. And as it's emptied through your lower centers, that energy is squandered. But people don't understand. And Napoleon Hill talks about this in Think and Grow Rich. The sexual energy is some of the most powerful creative energy. It's literally life force. You are wasting like a life. Like that energy could be used to create a life. Like you realize that, right? So by not engaging in that center and not wasting that energy, you send that energy up now. Now it goes up higher. Now you can actually experience love and wholeness in your heart center. Then you can actually start to express yourself freely in the throat. And then the visions can start coming to you, and then you can start becoming in alignment with God and realizing that everything is happening through you. And you can start to actually love the unfoldment of what's taking place because you are evolving yourself to such a degree to where now you're free to express yourself. Now you're whole. Now you're complete. Now you're no longer thinking of all the things that you need to get in order for you to be happy. You're in a natural state of peace. Now you can express yourself freely. Now the vision can come to you. And then once the vision comes to you, you realize, oh, it's just a matter of time until it manifests or until it unfolds in God's timing, in divine timing. But people don't understand this. So the whole point is to not allow this energy to go into these three lower centers and engage in these things. Because I'm telling you right now, through the daily habits that I teach in the Higher Self community, you aren't even doing any of these things. Like, you're not masturbating, you're not ejaculating, you're not eating like shit, you're not thinking of your ego, because you are so involved in the daily disciplines and the daily habits that I have you doing that it causes your energy to naturally just no longer engage in these things, and it starts sending that energy up. And as it starts to send that energy up, you start to actually love your life. You start to actually be grateful. You start to actually enjoy your process because you realize you can't go from where you are to where another person is in their life. They went through their own process. You have to go through your own process, your own path. Like, you remove all these things by doing the daily habits that I teach, and you start evolving your consciousness, and then you start to walk in alignment with God, who He created you to be, so that you can actually fulfill the purpose that you have here. And that is, in essence, the 7 chakras in a nutshell. Understand that it's all aligned. Like, you start doing these daily habits, these things just take care of themselves. Because as you start to align from within, by doing the daily habits and removing the things that, the vices, the things that are causing you to lower your energy, lower your vibration, you naturally start moving your energy up, moving your awareness up, so you actually are grateful for your life. You start to actually become whole and complete as you are, as God created you to be, not needing anything outside of you. And now you can actually start to love your life. So that is the 7 chakras in a nutshell. Understand that there's an energy field going around your body at all times, and you are either weakening that energy field by engaging in these 3 lower centers, or you're heightening that energy field around you. And when you walk into a room, people can feel that. They notice that because you're no longer engaging in these things that are lowering your vibration. They're like, oh shit, this guy's on some other shit. Because they feel that energy. That energy is it's real. You may not be able to see it with your eyes, but that energy is real. So start doing the daily habits, start developing yourself, refrain from the things that are going to harm you, like the drugs, like the alcohol, like the porn, like the junk food, and start having discipline in your life by doing these daily habits. And you'll really start to actually love your life and become all that He created you to be, because this is where your power lies. It's in these 7 chakras. It's in your energy. It's within you. And when you realize this, you stop squandering it away out the bottom and you start drawing that energy up. And here, the next level is when you do have sex, when you do find the person that you do want to spend your life with, or you find a deep enough connection with them because you're in alignment with God, you understand that it's aligned, and you do choose to have sex with them, you may not even choose to ejaculate or not, because you may not want to consciously do that, because you may not want to waste that energy unless you're planning on having a child. But if you're not planning on having a child, you may want to even, have stimulation, engage in love, and have that connection with them, and not even ejaculate, and just push this energy up. You pull this energy up. As you're in that space, rather than releasing it, align it. Like you inhale and you pull that energy up. As you inhale, you start to feel like the fluid in your spine come up. It's all drawn together. So you inhale and you start pulling that center up. You pull it up. Then you move to the abdomen, you pull it up. And you move to the solar plexus, you pull it up. You start to feel it come up. And I'm telling you, you're awakening by doing that process. So that may be a more advanced technique, but you'll get there when you get there. But this is the 7 chakras. Click the link in the description if you want to join us in the Higher Self community, or DM me on Instagram at Michael Vincent Mindset to learn more about this. I was talking about this on our group coaching call on Saturday with one of our members, and it just inspired me to make this video. So hope you guys liked it.